Hey, what's up, Street Talks? The Eric Kim from the Eric Kim Street Photography blog. This episode brought to you by Knives and the Eric Kim Wrist Strap Mark II and my buddy Aaron Fesser. Thank you so much for the hookup. So, Aaron sent us a little something in the mail, and I don't want to spoil for you guys too much, but in the spirit of the new holiday year with the holiday cheer, he sent us a camera. And it's actually a camera that I was interested in testing out for a while, and it's from our best friends at Fujifilm. And essentially it's supposed to be, I guess, kind of like a RICOH GR competitor. Not really, because the GR2 is still the heavyweight. But a little bit about my buddy Aaron. He's representing Canada. He's a great filmmaker, and he's given me and Cindy a lot of support over the years. And yeah, Aaron, if you're watching the video, this one's for you. Right, so I just cut all of the things, and hopefully I'm not going to show or cut myself in any sort of bad way. And let's see what's inside. All right. Dun, 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 dun. First of all, these are my favorite. They make for fantastic modern art pieces, as well as free toys for children. All right, so let's see, what do we got in here? Bum, dum, 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 bum. Oh, thank you, Aaron. How did you know that I loved? Is that what they call ASMR? ASMR? Like people actually watch videos of. Anyways, apparently there's some people on YouTube who just watch videos of people popping these. Very satisfying. All right, so what do I got in the box? Dun, 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 dun. The new Fujifilm XF10. If you guys already guessed it, you guys are probably in luck. While I'm putting on my new scarf, let's check it out. So here's the box. Here's the front, the side. Good job with Fujifilm to just kind of keep it nice, simple, clean, and minimal. And it's probably the product that I'm most excited that Fujifilm's made. So let's just kind of pop it out and see what's inside. I love this. Canada only. Got a lens guide, whatever. All right, I don't really care for all this stuff, but let's look for the camera. Let me put these all on the side. All right, so here's the box. What does it come with? It comes with lens cap. I'm not gonna use that. These weird USB things. This might be a charger, so I might hold on to this. Yeah, I think this is a charger, which is always useful. It looks like it comes with a mini wrist strap. Thank you to them. Ooh, this is kind of cute. This looks like the mini wall charger socket for the XF10. Yeah, so I guess it plugs in this way. And essentially you can see the USB here. So you could stick this in here and plug this into the wall and then charge the XF10. Fantastic. And bada bing, bada boom. Dun, 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 dun. The new XF10. Okay, first impressions. On the internet, I saw pictures of it. It looked really plasticky, but surprisingly, it actually feels really good. It feels nice and solid. It feels like it's a strong magnesium body. And the overall thickness is actually pretty nice. And let's see. I turn it on. It's got no memory card. It looks pretty good. This when I'm changing the dials look really nice and solid. Nice and clicky, and apparently their new auto mode is SR. And yeah, I like it. It has this really fantastic thumb rest here. Nice rubbery, grippy texture. It feels good. I really like the feeling. There's this new little joy pad here. The only thing that I wish that this camera had was like a dedicated button to turn on the flash. And let's see. Yeah, the camera looks really good. I might get some good mileage out of it. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for, which is trying to figure out what is the difference between the XF10 and the competitor, the RICOH GR2. So first and foremost, I'm actually really impressed. I actually thought that the XF10 would be a lot bigger if I just simply put my hands together. They're essentially identically the same in terms of the thickness, which is fantastic. The XF10 is a little bit taller, but barely. Not really a big difference. And let me pick up the cameras and see what the weight is like. feel roughly the same weight. XF10 is a little bit heavier, but not really perceptible by much. And the design of the XF10 is actually pretty good. Like the dials up here, the dials here, they feel nice and clicky. And actually, the camera actually feels quite premium. And if you're just curious, here's where the SD cards go and so forth. And you can see the back of the cameras. The Fuji's XF10 has probably done a better job in terms of keeping things a little simpler. The only reason I probably would prefer still the RICOH GR2 over the XF10 is because you can see here on the side, the RICOH GR2, if you want to use the flash, and I use the flash quite a lot, you could just access it via one button, whereas the Fuji, you probably have to go through menus. So let's see, let's turn on the camera. There's a little on button on the top. So things I noticed, the little function button on top, that's cute. And if we go through the menu, yeah, it looks like the typical Fuji menus. The new SR Auto. And the thing that my critique of Fujifilm is that usually the menus are still a little bit too complicated. But the thing I'm actually very curious about is looking at all these new film simulations for the XF10. So they got Provia, monochrome, the different settings, but I'm in SR Plus mode, which is the automatic mode. Let's go to P mode to see what's here. So once you're in P mode, I would hope that there's more options. And I think, is this thing a touchscreen? Oh, it looks like it's a touchscreen. All right, cool. So that makes things simpler. So it looks like we got Astia, Classic Chrome, ooh, monochrome plus yellow filter. And generally, I'm a fan of using JPEG because JPEG just kind of keeps things simple. And even if you go to the menu, one thing I'm curious is changing all of the different settings in terms of the film simulations. And they've done a pretty good job of keeping things simple, but practical things, which are actually a little frustrating to me, immediately straight off the bat, I think if you want to use the flash, you have to go all the way into the menu and then change the flash. And you could change the settings by adjusting the little dial here on the top. So if I wanted to use the flash in P mode, I have to turn on there and then boom, use the flash. If I want to turn off flash, I'd have to turn that off here. I'm sure that there's some sort of way in the menus to turn the flash on and off as a single button. I'm going to figure out how to map that later, but maybe not for the courses of this video. But yeah, generally speaking, the camera feels really, really solid. And the first thing I'm going to do is put on the new Aircam wrist strap. The reason why it's really important is because if you look at, let's say, the RICOH GR2 as well as the Fujifilm XF10, the way that you're able to attach a strap is via this tiny little loop here. So you cannot use the standard mirrorless strap. And we've designed the Aircam wrist strap, ideally for the RICOH GR version 2, but it should also be perfectly compatible with the XF10. So you can see this little tiny loop here. And the difference is that it uses this little string here in order to loop it. So let's see how good I am at pulling my little Rumpelstiltskin and looping this through. So you kind of sticking the loop. It's kind of like threading the needle. And I'm going to try different positions because I'm probably not that good at this. Looks like they did it pretty deep. Okay, looks like it's through initially. Pushing it through. Bada bing, bada boom. Looks like we have made contact. Cool. Now it's through the loop here. And I just keep this open, take the bigger part of the strap, loop it through. And generally speaking, with these little compact cameras, I like to use wrist straps or even the Aircam neck strap to make sure the camera is always on me, ready to shoot. And finishing the loop. Nice, solid. So you can see here with the Aircam wrist strap Mark II, we've perfected the design over the course of about 3 years. Put it on. Nice, thick, robust leather, and this beautiful little bronze clasp here. And I'll just use my 2 fingers here to adjust it here. We've also made the Phantom Black with the accents of gold stitching here. And so now the camera feels really, really solid in my hand. And generally speaking, this is the most important test, is whether it fits into my front pocket. So I'll take the camera. Let's see if it fits the pocket test. got something else in here. Let's see, does it fit? Dun, 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 dun. Yep, looks like it fits into the front pocket. So it looks like Fujifilm has made a solid camera. I'm going to test it in the streets every day. Thank you so much for Aaron for the love, and see what kind of photos I can make for it. So first and foremost, people are going to probably be asking, oh, should I get the Fujifilm XF10 or the RICOH GR version 2? My gut says the GR2 is probably still the better camera. There's an announcement that the new RICOH GR3 is coming out. The only downside of the new RICOH GR3 is that it's not going to have this pop-up flash. And for me, the flash is essential. I'll probably still get the GR3 anyways to test it out, but I still think that the RICOH GR2 will probably be the ultimate pocket camera for everyday photography and street photography. So if you want to learn more about the Fujifilm system or RICOH, just Google Eric Kim blog, check out some of my reviews. And also, if you're curious, rockin' Annette Kim's Vitruvian camera, custom haptic artware design. You could check this out in the Haptic store. Just go to hapticindustries.com, or I'll put a link in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm with Aaron, and we'll make another video in the future. RICOH versus Fujifilm XF10. Peace out.